Hello everyone, this is Moses with Zaatar Gardens. I'm in Central California, Zone 9B. This is an all-in-one almond. I've done previous videos on this tree before. Just going over it again with the winter pruning I did, or late fall pruning I did. Everything's healing well, as you can see, if you could see it. But regardless, just want to do a quick video to show you that you control your trees. Your trees don't control you. So, anyways, this location is the west side of the tree, so the sunset, and it's pretty bare. Not many limbs grew on this side for some reason, so I pruned it back heavily and regrew year after year. I think this was a bare root when I bought it, and it was laying against all the other trees. Hence, you could see this one over here, this limb, instead of growing towards me, it's growing that way. So I think it was laying down or laying against other trees, and slowly the limbs grew another direction. But this limb here, as you can see, it's pretty tiny. It's going out this way, and then it started going the way I didn't want it. I didn't want it to grow this way. So all I did was found a limb. Let me focus better a little bit. Oh, regardless, I found a limb going towards me, towards the west, so I cut this off. Now this is going to be the new limb growing out this way, towards the west, towards me. Just to show you how you can prune certain things to make them go your way. I did it here as well. It was growing out this way. I cut back over here. I cut over here. Now it's growing towards the west to fill up my direction. And another thing to show with this all-in-one almond is a perfect example of cutting how I like to prune, and how you should prune is pruning at the collar. People say you shouldn't do it. This is a collar that I pruned at the collar late fall. And look how it's covering over. That's at the collar. There's going to be no suckers there, nothing. It's going to be a beautiful cut. If you don't believe me with how beautiful cutting at the collar would be, the cuts would end up, here's some more. This is recent ones, late fall. See how they're covering over? Oh, Moses, that doesn't look that good. Okay, I'll show you older ones. Look how they look. They're covering over. They're covering over. Until you can't even tell. This was a cut. That was a cut. That was a collar 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 cut. That was. So I mean, no one's telling me online, but I don't want to hear it from videos, from YouTube videos, from people, from farmers, from anybody else. You can't cut at a collar. You must cut at the collar, or you're going to cause more work, and you're going to have an ugly tree with stumps everywhere. So, once again, you control your fruit trees. If you see it growing the way you don't like, stop the growth, find a bud that is towards the direction of where you want it, and it'll start growing. Like here, this big guy growing out to the west. Anyways, I'll do a close-up of the cut at the collar right here, if it focuses. Come on, probably too close. Look how nice that is. You see? And that's gonna seal over come end of spring, just like every other cut I've ever done on this tree. Alright everyone, see you later. Bye.